Hey everybody, how's it going? Blackston here once again, and thought I'd share a few thoughts about wrestling. About of course, had the big Dynamite weekly Dynamite show last night, coming from Quebec City, Quebec, and thought I'd say a little bit about that, my thoughts about the show, plus some things I saw earlier today when I got off work that I didn't know was going on, little news, whatever, but my thoughts about Dynamite last night, compared to the last couple of weeks, which I feel like the last two shows previous, Boston and Toronto, were very strong. Last week's show in Toronto, I thought, was one of the strongest Dynamites that I've personally watched and witnessed since I've really started watching AEW on a weekly basis. So to say, last night I was a little disappointed, underwhelmed. Obviously the size of the crowd there wasn't good, and I've seen the pictures on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, that some people put up, and yeah, it doesn't look good, and it's not a good look, and you can't sugarcoat that, you can't fake that, and I'm not again, I support AEW. I haven't been to a Dynamite. I've been to a Collision in Memphis. I've purchased the pay-per-views every month, so I'm financially vested, and I want to see AEW do well and succeed. And yeah, the company's only been around like 5 years now, so we're talking a 5-year company going up against like a WWE. It's been around forever, so they have a huge head start. But that's another story, whatever. But again, you know, compared to the crowds they've had the last 2 weeks, you know, over 9,000 in Boston. They had I think it was over 6,000 in Toronto last week. And last night, what, it might have been 4,000 maybe. I don't know if they got to 4,000. And I think that Coliseum Arena there in Quebec City seats about 10,000. So, not a great look. And I know the AEW haters out there, that's just fuel and fire and ammunition for them to bag and dog on the company. So as far as that goes, I'll just say, to me, in my opinion, the first one thing is I wish that Tony Khan and people behind the scenes, people helping him, the different departments, would do a much better job of promotion, promote. The the cities you got coming up. By obviously by advertising in those cities and towns. To promote Dynamite, Collision. Something I've always thought, as far as Rampage goes, do away with Rampage and make that, instead of it Rampage on Friday night, make that the hour for Ring of Honor. That's something I thought would be a great idea. First and foremost, again, promote. Get out there and promote. Advertise. Buy TV spots. Buy radio ads. Send stars to these cities, and get on radio. Promote. To get these crowds up. And I know some people about the storylines. I do want storylines. Not saying I don't. But I also want wrestling too. I want a good mix. I just don't want a 3-hour show, aka Raw, with 2.5 hours of promos and 30 minutes of wrestling. I don't want that. That's I'm not watching that. That's a big reason why I stopped watching WWE. But we'll go on to about last night. Like I said, I was disappointed, underwhelmed. I mean, they did some. I was listening to Busted Open After Dark after the Dynamite, which I do quite a bit most Wednesdays. And Bully Ray was right on. The little vignettes they did were good. They built a story, told about it. Obviously, Osprey and Shibata was a heck of a match. The main event, Swerve and Takeshita, was a heck of a match. Obviously, that's setting up, now Swerve and Joe at Dynasty for the title. I thought the women's match was good. I was surprised that, I guess maybe I shouldn't have been, but I was surprised they put Willow over there, because I was hoping, or I thought, what we were going to get at Dynasty would be Mercedes Moné and Willow, but it's going to now, of course, be Julia Hart against Willow for the TBS title. So I see what they're going to do now as far as Mercedes' first match, because I'm assuming, and I'm hoping anyway, that her first official match is going to be at Dynasty. Again, I was hoping is going to be against Willow. It's obviously not now, unless they make that a triple threat match or some kind of deal, which is probably not a great idea. Just keep it one-on-one. So I don't know. I just listened to another video, and this gentleman was talking about that. I don't know what he knows or whatever, because I don't know nothing. I'm no insider. I don't have this and that. I'm just a fan. But he was talking about Mercedes not having her first match till Double or Nothing. Well, that's not till the end of May. If that's the plan with her, that's crazy. I'll definitely, but we'll see. Maybe at the pay-per-view Dynasty, which I'm still hoping to get tickets for very soon. Maybe you could, hopefully maybe she'll wrestle Sky Blue, maybe Chris Statlander. But I would be down for both of those too. But eventually, we better get Willow and Mercedes. Maybe the plan is those two will wrestle at Double or Nothing. Let's hope so. But again, I was overall disappointed with the show. It wasn't as strong a show as the last two, and then we'll see what happens, how Collision goes. Saturday, hopefully it's a decent crowd there for Collision. It's in London, Ontario, I think is where it's at. And then, of course, Dynamite next week is in Worcester, Massachusetts. So anybody that may be in that area and sees this video, get your tickets. All right. I want to see that place nice and packed, looking good, with a lot of people in there that want to see a damn good live wrestling show. But yeah, again, and then I saw earlier when I got off work, because that apparently, I guess, Tony Khan been going on X Twitter again, and him and Eric Bischoff going back and forth. And that's one thing too. I mean, I support AEW. I don't just go along, agree with everything, and drink the Kool-Aid and all that. But yeah, Tony sometimes needs to put away the phone or iPad and not respond to things, and just worry about, doing everything he can to make AEW as good as possibly can. Because look at what he's done, as far as these last three signings, Osprey, Okada, now Mercedes. Three of the biggest names in the business, and they're all in AEW. Come on, this is the time to just go for it, and let's do this. Come on, Tony. I'm behind you 100%, but sometimes let the, don't respond to everything. Don't get on Twitter and don't, I mean, people are going to say what they're going to say. I mean, I'm fine with fair criticism. Bully Ray, I'm fine with him. He criticizes AEW, but he's fair. Now, I go on other people that have other certain podcasts. I've heard their criticisms, but then it gets to the point where it's just constant bashing. That AEW can't do anything right. So, but they're probably doing that for money reasons. Everybody clicking the thing, so they're getting paid very well to say nothing but negative things about AEW. But again, overall, I was disappointed in the show last night. So hopefully bounce back with a good show, Collision on Saturday, and let's bounce back definitely this coming Wednesday for Dynamite. And come on, Tony. I'm behind you 100%. So that's my thoughts about last night. And when you see this, give it a thumbs up. If you don't agree, thumbs down, whatever. But leave some comments. Hit that subscribe button. Also, if you turn your notifications on, that way you'll know when new videos are up on my page here on my channel, and check everything out. So let me know what you think about my little rant there. But thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.